One important thing I forgot to mention. One important thing is when you're switching over from potato chips to Dorito chips or corn or whatever, there's rice and oats too. You're switching over in rye. You need to eat a lot. You still need to eat a lot of the potatoes till it gradually works over to the corn, which holds you better and has more protein. Potatoes are not protein, period. You need grains, which are protein, and then you need meat proteins. Then you need dairy proteins, and then you can use mango and avocado. That's fruit and vegetable proteins, and coconut, and raisins and nuts. Those are all proteins. But you can't use potatoes. I'm sorry. According to all the chemists, and when I learned in chemistry in school, high school, a little bit of chemistry, this is what biology? This is what they told us. The carbohydrates make energy. When you eat the carbohydrates, you get energy. It makes natural sugars in your body, which is energy. You can run, walk, jump, climb, everything with the energy you make. That's E equals MC squared, maybe. It's energy. E for energy. Potatoes is a carbohydrate, but it is not a protein. So we're talking about carbohydrates, which are proteins. You have to have proteins. Now, there's lots of different proteins. There's meats, there's dairies, there's nuts, there's grains, but you gotta have protein. Okay, so you could switch over to any one of these proteins and probably be fine. Eggs, meat, fish, cheese. You could try whatever you think works out, but it's gotta be a protein. Potato is not a protein. It's a carbohydrate, but it's not a protein. And you might feel more energetic and you might stand up straighter. Well, that's got minerals in it. That's why. But you don't have the energy, and you're going to get lethargic and tired. If I eat a baked potato with sour cream, I feel great because it tastes so good. But I get sleepy and tired, especially if I go out to have a big dinner like prime rib and baked potato and salad. Oh, I get tired because it might take more energy to process those kind of carbohydrates, which are vegetables. So write it down on a piece of paper or a 3x5 card you can memorize. And make sure that you switch gradually over from potatoes, because I'm not sure exactly how this thing did with the 4 square root of whatever at McDonald's. You know, keep having a little bit of potatoes, but have lots of corn. And then have a little less of potatoes and a little more of corn, a little less of potatoes, a little more of corn. It's sort of like when you're lifting weights, you up the weight a little bit more, and then you do 10 or 12 reps. When you're doing your biceps, you're trying to get that stronger. Look, I don't even have a bicep there. I haven't been able to do any exercising or walking. You make the weight go up, and then you do 10 to 12 reps. And then when you can achieve that, you go up a little more. So weightlifting is similar to switching back to a grain or protein from potatoes. From potatoes, maybe you like pasta, spaghetti, macaroni. That's perfect, because that's a grain. And we don't think about it as a grain, but eat 2 or 3 plates of spaghetti, man, and then have some garlic bread, and then if you want potatoes, have a few potatoes or french fries aside, or potato salad. But at least you got the grain to make the blood, because you got to make the blood somehow, and it's only made by proteins. Now, if you need to go out and get a steak because you're feeling tired, you need to go get a steak, or several hamburgers, a bunch of hamburgers. You need to make the extra iron. Now, I just ate some Raisin Bran. I'm like, I'm so tired, I can't figure out what I need. Well, the Raisin Bran is heavy wheat, and that's the brand of the wheat, and it helped me out because my body needed that to make iron. And I was having trouble. I thought, do I need to eat some calf's liver or cow liver? I don't like to take the iron tablets. It makes me burp and makes me feel funny. And so, and then that natural iron, the one you buy in the health food store wasn't working. I like berries, but that wasn't working. So it took a lot of work for me to figure that out. So I ate a bowl of Raisin Bran, and I'm like, wow, I feel great. Now I'm going to run up the hill over here and get to the bus faster. It worked. So whatever you do, don't stop the potatoes because your body minerals is holding onto the bones with the potatoes. So what you want to do is gradually switch over to corn so that the bones have more protein to make blood. Then when they gradually switch over, you'll be able to make blood and energy. Now you can use other proteins. If you're local to China or Japan, use rice. If you're local to Greece, they have oatmeal. If you're local to America, that's wheat. Eat a bunch of wheat. But you're going to have to eat the heavier wheat, maybe whole wheat bread or Raisin Bran. And then if you're local to the Mexico or the Midwest, it's corn. They eat lots of corn because they grow the corn, and that's cheapest. But it's the most important thing in your life is to eat grain. Maybe you need to find out how many servings, write it down, memorize it, and when you go keep having some potatoes because your body is holding on to it, saying, "This is good. The minerals is helping us." And it helps us get out of the football equipment. And it helps us get out of the heavy-duty irons at PG&E power plant, like my grandpa said. But my mother said, no, you can't eat that many potatoes. It's more important to eat bread, she said. Grain, she was right. Okay, have a good day.